Okay. Our chapter's name is our skeletal system and the skin. Okay. So let's see. Here you can see different types of system in your in the three pictures. Okay. In the first picture, which type of system you can see? You can see digestive system as well as respiratory system. In the second picture, which system you can see? You can see the circulatory system. And in the third picture, what can you see? You can see the skeletal system. Okay, you can see the skeletal system. So these are the four types of systems that occur in our body. Okay, so our lesson is about our skeleton and our skeletal system and uh, skin. So we are going to talk about only skeletal system. Digestive system is for 7th standard, and 8th standard you will study all the other systems. Okay, so let's learn what is fracture. Okay, sometimes what happens when you fall? Okay, sometimes when you fall while playing, what happens? Some accident happens. There may be some your arm or leg must have been broken. Okay, so that causes damage to your bone, that is called as fracture. Okay, what is fracture? Fracture is a harm or injury to your arms or legs or bone in your arms or legs. So that is called as fracture of your bone. Now this fracture, if now you can see the child, you can see the boy, he is fall down while playing in the garden, and he is having a severe and unbearable pain. You can see on his face, the pain can be seen on his face, which is unbearable, and he is crying out of the pain. As well as wherever he has got hurt, wherever he is having fracture, what happens there? The bone swells there. Okay, the bones, you can see the swelling, you can see the red color, you can see the red color, as well as you can see the swelling in the leg of the boy. Okay, after the accident, what you have to do? The preventive part with the broken bone swells immediately. Okay, I showed you the swelling part of the bone in the picture of the boy. Now this pain is very much, so the person should be immediately hospitalized. You have to take that person to the hospital. And when we are having such types of fractures, what does the uh, first doctor do? He takes out the x-ray of the swollen part. What does he do? He takes out the x-ray of the swollen part. Okay, so this x-ray is the image where the bone is broken, means the doctor can understand that how much damage has been caused to the bone, and he can start the treatment according to that x-ray. Okay, why he is asking you to take this x-ray? Because he can see the spot where the bone has been broken and how much bone has been damaged, and in that way he can give you the treatment in that manner. Okay, now these x-rays were first discovered by William Conrad Roentgen. This is the name of the scientist who has first invented x-rays. Okay, he has invented x-rays. So today it is very helpful in the helpful for us whenever we are having any whenever we are having any fracture. The doctor can give us the treatment after seeing the x-ray image. Now what does the doctor do after seeing the x-ray image? He uh, puts the plaster on your leg wherever the bone has been fractured. And why he's putting the plaster to the bone? So that the bone will not have lot of movement, it will be on the rest position, and it will help for the recovery. It will help for the recovery. For that reason, the plaster is put to the uh, uh, wound where the fracture of the bone has been seen. Okay, now the next part is bones. Now what is the function of bones? Now you all know that our body is having different types of bones. So all the bones in our body are not of same shape. They are of different shape. Okay, so you cannot say that all the bones in our body are of same size and shape. They are of different size and shape. So every bone is different in our body, and all the bones together form a framework or skeleton. So पूरा जो body में हमारे bones जो joint होते हैं, that forms a framework or skeleton. I have shown you in the first slide only the skeletal structure or skeletal system of the human body. So that is nothing. All the bones together form a framework or skeleton. तो उसको skeleton कहते हैं. Okay. The skeleton gives a shape to the body. What is the function of the skeleton? It gives shape to the body, and all the bones of the body along with the cartilage together form a skeletal system. So all the bones of the body along with the cartilage forms a skeletal system. Okay, now how are your bones? The bones are hard and not flexible. So not flexible means they cannot move. Only some bones in our body, they are movable, while most of the bones are non-flexible or non-immovable, we can say. The bones are composed of the main two constituents. Which are the two constituents which are found in the bone? Calcium carbonate, calcium phosphonate, phosphate, minerals, salts are the biotic of the bones. Okay, we have studied in the previous chapter that to make our bones strong, what we need calcium, calcium and phosphorus. So calcium phosphate is very much important for our bones to make our bones strong, and mostly the calcium gives strength to the bone. So calcium is calcium is present in lot of amount of eggs, milk. So you can have these things for increasing the calcium. And what is the calcium important for us? So calcium gives strength to the bone. Okay, this skeletal system gives a definite shape to the body, which provides and supports the delicate organ. Now along with the system, what is the other function of the skeleton? That it gives support and it protects all the delicate organs. So in the rib cage, in the skeleton, in the framework of all the bones, all the organs are placed inside so that they will not have a severe damage. So these damage is protected with the help of skeletal system. Okay, understood why skeleton system is important? Because skeleton protects all the internal organs as well as it gives definite shape to the body. So these are the two important functions of the skeletal system. Now here all the bones are of different types. Okay, there are, you can see these types, there are 4 types of bones. The first one is flat bone, second one is small bone, third one is irregular bone, and fourth one is the long bone. The system which gives definite shape to the body and provides supports and protects the delicate organ inside the body is called as skeletal system. So this is the perfect definition for the skeletal system. So what does the skeletal system do? It gives a definite shape to the body as well as it provides the support and protects all the delicate organs. Then what we have studied in detail, that there are 4 different types of bones. First is flat bone, second is small bone, third is irregular bone, and fourth one is long bone. Okay. Now the skeletal system is divided into 2 types, the axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Okay, these are the 2 types of skeleton. Okay, in axial skeleton you have skull, rib cage and spine. Okay, these are the 3 types of the axial skeleton. So how our body is made up of skeletal system. In that skeletal system, the skeletal system is divided into 2 types, that is axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Now this axial skeleton is divided into 3 types. Which are the three types? Skull, rib cage, and spine. So let's see about the skull. The skull is formed by the bones of the head, and the bones of the skull are flat and strong. So you know where is your skull? It is present on your head. Okay, the bones present in your head is called as skull, and even the bones which are present on the face is also included in the skull. So how much bones are there altogether in the skull? There are 22 bones. Okay, and how these bones are divided? 8 bones are present in your head and 14 bones are present on the face. Okay, anyone asks you that how much bones are there in the skull, so what you are going to tell? You are going to tell there are 22 bones in the skull, out of which 8 are present in the head while 14 are present on the in the face. Okay, and from this 14 bones, only one bone is there, that is lower jaw, which is movable. You can see I am talking, my lower jaw is moving, and you can hear me and see me that while talking the lower jaw is moving up and down. That means it is movable, and when it moves, that time you can able to hear the sound also. Okay, out of 22 bones, 8 bones are present in your skull and 14 bones are present on the face, and out of 14 bones, one bone is present in the lower jaw. So हमारा जो lower jaw है, that is only moving. When I'm talking, you can see the lower jaw is moving up and down. That means वो lower jaw क्यों move कर रहा है? Because you are supposed to have the food. You are supposed to talk. For that purpose, the lower jaw is kept movable, and you can do several activities with the help of lower jaws. Okay, so I hope you have understood about the skull. So let's move to the next part, that is rib cage. Now the cage-like structure present in the chest is called as rib cage. Now students, you can touch your chest, you can feel the rib cage near your chest. Okay, the chest is protected by the cage-like structure. ऐसे cage-like structure होता है, ऐसे केज लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज रिब केज. ओके, यू कैन फील, आप लोग अपने चेस्ट के यहाँ पे टच करके देख लो, आपको रिब केज फील होगा. ओके, यू कैन फील द bones of the rib cage. In the chest there are one vertical flat bone called as sternum. Okay, so how many bones are present in the rib cage? There are 12 pairs of flat bone called as ribs, and one vertical flat bone is called as sternum. So how much bones are there total? 25 bones are present in the rib cage. Again I am repeating, in the rib cage there are 12 pairs of flat bone. 12 pairs यानी 1 pair is equal to 2. So 12 pairs is equal to 12 to the 24. So वो 24 bones plus you have one vertical flat bone called as sternum. तो ये 24 और एक vertical flat bone दोनों को ऐड करके टोटल कितने बोन्स है रिब केज में? There are 25 bones in the rib cage. And where it is joined to the spine of the back. Now you can touch at the back, you can have the spine, you can feel the spine bone. Okay, let's see what is spine. Now spine is a new word for you. So spine का मतलब है हमारा backbone. Okay, vertebral column. हमारा जो पीछे back में जो vertical line columns आपको feel हो जाएंगे. You can touch and see the vertebral column. Okay, the backbones you can feel at the back. Okay, and here at the top of the vertebral column you have the spine. What you have? You have the spine. Now spine is formed by the padlock shaped bones placed in straight one above the other. So you can see this vertebral column, how these vertebral column bones are, they are placed one above the other, and how they are locked? They are padlock shaped bones. Padlock means एक दूसरे में लॉक हो गए, they cannot move or they cannot separate easily. So they are locked as padlocked bones and they are straight in one above the other. So total how many bones are present in the vertebral column? There are 33 bones in the spine. How much bones are present? 33 bones are present in the spine. And each individual spine or each individual bone is called as vertebra. Okay, total कितने bones है spine में? There are 33 bones. Out of that 33 bones, one individual bone is called as vertebra. And all these 33 together forms a vertebral column, or we can say backbone. Okay, now these bones are arranged one above the other and flexible. Flexible means they are easily movable. You can do the exercise by touching the feet easily because your vertebral column is movable, flexible. Okay, the spine protects the spinal cord and originate from the brain. Okay, here you can see the skull and here you can see the rib cage. In the first picture you can see the rib cage. They are attached to each other, and here along to the rib cage you can see the vertebral columns attached to the rib cage. Okay, and the skull, you can see the skull is also called as cranium. This skull and this vertebral column is attached or is joined by the spine. What is the spine work doing? The spine protects the spinal cord that is originated from the brain. So brain से क्या origin होता है? Spinal cord, and that spinal cord is attached to the spine. Okay, where it is attached? Spinal cord किसको attach होता है? Spines. So how many types of spines are there present in our body? 33 bones are there in the spine. Each is called as vertebra and together they are called as vertebral column. And the skull and the vertebral column together joined with the spinal cord which is originated from the brain. So this is all about axial skeleton. So the skeleton system is divided into two types, axial and appendicular skeleton. In axial, what we have studied? We have studied skull, rib cage and vertebral column. Now let's see about appendicular skeleton. The human skeleton can be divided into two parts, as I said, the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. The axial skeleton consists of skull, spine and the rib cage, whereas the appendicular skeleton is made up of the bones of upper and lower limbs. Upper and lower limbs means हमारे जो arms and legs है, they are known as appendicular side of the central axis. Here you can see the skeletal system of our body. Here you can see the skull, you can see the rib cage, here you can see the spine, here arms, here you can see the legs also. Okay, the human body has two arms and two legs. So everyone is having two arms and two legs. Now these different parts of arms and legs have several bones. So हमारे जो arms और legs है, they are having different types of several bones. एक ही type का bone नहीं है arms and legs में. You cannot find similar types of bones in your arms and legs. There are different, or you can say there are several bones present in the arms and legs which are connected by the joint. Means ये जो bones है, छोटे छोटे bones है, they are joined together with the help of joint. They are connected together with the help of joints. Okay, now here you can see that there are three bones in each ear. So in ear you are having three bones. Stirrup is the smallest bone in our body. So if anyone asks you which is the smallest bone in our body, you can say that stirrup is the smallest bone in our body. And if anyone asks you which is the longest and the strongest bone in our body, so you can say thigh bone, that is femur. Okay, thigh bone. Excuse me, thigh bone. Okay, in this you have studied appendicular skeleton is made up of arms and legs, where the arms and legs are having several bones, where the arms and legs are having several bones. And how they are connected? They are connected by joints. And which is the smallest bone present in our body? It is present in our ear, that is stirrup. Okay, and which is the longest bone? You can see the thigh bone, femur, that is called as femur. Okay, now in your mind there must be starting that what is joint, or what is the definition of joints. So joints are places where two or more than two bones are there, are joined to each other. The joints are of two types. What are joints? Joints are found in the place where two or more bones are there. Now if you touch your hand, you can feel the upper arm and here your यहाँ का ऊपर का part और नीचे का part, you can feel that they are having different types of bones. You can touch your hands also and you can feel the bones. So move the different parts of the body from head to toes. Observe the different places at which they can bend. So जहाँ पे bend होता है, there you can find the joints. Okay, I can move the wrist because it is having a joint there, so it is movable. I can move here also, elbow bone, there is also joint present. I can move the arm, so here also you have a bone present, joint present, with which you are able to move your body. Okay, the bones in our body are connected to each other with the help of ligaments. तो हमारे बोन्स जो एक दूसरे से कनेक्ट होते हैं, हाउ दे आर कनेक्टेड बाय मीन्स ऑफ लिगामेंट, एंड देयर यू कैन हैव अ जॉइंट. Now there are two types of joint: movable joint and immovable joint. Movable joint means what? Where you can move, the bones can move. And immovable joint means what? The bones cannot move. So for example, the bones present in our skull, can they move? No, they cannot move. The bones present in our arms and legs, can they move? Yes, they can move. Even the lower jaw is having immovable joint, with the help which it can be moved. Okay, now there you have seen there are two types of joint: movable joint and immovable joint. The types of joint, there are four types of joint present in our three types of joint present in our body. Okay, how many joints are present in our body? Three types. So hinge joint, ball and socket joint, and gliding joint. Now what is about hinge joint? This type of joint allows the movement to move only in one direction, that is 180 degree. That is elbow. Elbow, how much you can move? You can move it in 180 degree. ये देखो हमारा जो arm है, if you keep it like this it will become 90 degree. If you keep it like this, it will become 180 degree. So हमारा जो elbow है और knee है, knee के जो joint है वहाँ पे कौन सा joint present है? Hinge joint. Hinge joint का what is the explanation for hinge joint? The movement of the bones which is in only one direction. एक ही direction में हो रहा है ना? You cannot move in opposite direction. You can move only in one direction. The movement of the bones you can see only in one direction, and that is 180 degree angle. कितने डिग्री का एंगल होता है फॉर्म? 180 डिग्री एंगल. और ये एंगल्स कहाँ पे फॉर्म होते हैं? Elbow joint and knee joint. So the bones where elbow and knee joints are present, there you have which type of joint? Hinge joint. Okay, then ball and socket joint. In this type of joint, the bone can move in two or more direction, that is in 360 degree. In first hinge joint, what did you see? that the bones are present only in bones are moving only in one direction, but in ball and socket they can move in any direction. Okay, यहाँ पे कितने डिग्री में मूव हो सकता है जॉइंट? 180 डिग्री. एंड इन द बॉल एंड सॉकेट यू कैन सी इट कैन मूव 360 डिग्री एंगल, यानी पूरा सर्कल घुमा सकते हैं. सो वेयर दिस जॉइंट्स आर प्रेजेंट? इन द शोल्डर एंड हिप जॉइंट्स. तुम्हारा जो हिप का जॉइंट्स है, दैट जॉइंट्स आर, एंड द शोल्डर जॉइंट, हम आप आपका शोल्डर घुमा सकते हैं, दैट इज यू कैन मूव इट इन 360 डिग्री. सो there the joint which is present, that is called as ball and socket joint. Now third type of joint is gliding joint. Now this gliding joint, what this is consist of? These bones are only slide over each other. Example, wrist and ankle joints. Now here you can see the gliding joints. Here you can move your fingers. Yes, you can move your fingers. That means this is possible because of gliding joints. The bones can slide over each other. यानी वो कहाँ पे joint हुए हैं? Wrist के यहाँ पे. तो wrist and ankle joint, that is known as gliding joint. यहाँ पे तुम्हारा wrist easily move हो सकता है. Okay, so that wrist and your ankle joint. Ankle यानी आप पायल पहनते हैं ना जहाँ पे, that is your ankle. So that ankle joint, and where you are wearing your wrist watch, so that is your wrist joint. And जहाँ पे पायल पहनते हैं, that is your ankle joint. So ये दो joint है, you are finding the gliding joint in that position. Okay. Then what is skin? Now we have studied about the bones and joints. Now let's see about skin. Now you can see that along with the skeletal system, our body is covered with the skin, and the skin is very much important, and it is the large organ of all the living things, because the skin is protect the whole body of our body. So skin is the largest organ, and it is most important for our body. The skin is having hair. So you can see the skin is having hair. Even you can see at the tip of your finger, it is having nails also. To your toes and your fingers, you are having nails also. The skin gives a sense of touch. So you can feel the sense of touch. For example, hot and cold. If the water is too hot, you will remove your hand immediately. If the water is too cold, you will say, oh, so cold it is. So the skin gives the sensation of hot and cold things. The skin is an important sense organ. So in the sensory organ, as you all know, there are 5 important sensory organs. So skin is the one of the most important sensory organ from them. Now the skin, what the definition can you give for the skin? The outermost covering of the body is called as skin. So हमारे body को जो outermost covering है. So if all the person will only have the skeleton, can you identify or recognize the person? No, we cannot recognize. So the most important is the skin. So the bones are covered with the outermost covering of the body known as skin. So हमारे body को ऊपर से cover किया जाता है, that is called as skin. Now what is the function of skin? To protect the internal parts of the body like muscles, bones, organ system. So हमारे जो body में muscles है, bones, organ system, all these are protected with the help of skin. Okay, even vitamin D is synthesized. तुम्हारे body में जो vitamin C, when you go early in the morning, you get vitamin D. So that vitamin D is synthesized by the skin, and it is given to your body. Okay, as you know, vitamin D is one of the important vitamin for our body. Again, it helps, it preserves the moisture in the body. So तुम्हारे body का moisture भी maintain करता है skin. Then releasing sweat to regulate the temperature. If your if you're feeling too hot, so what happens? Sweat comes out. Okay. And if you're having fever also, that time also sweat is coming a lot. So when you are having fever, doctor gives you medicine. After taking the medicine, what happens? Immediately you start sweating. So why that sweating is coming? Because it is regulating the temperature. It is cooling down the temperature, and through the sweat, through the sweat, all the unwanted things are going out, and the temperature in the body is coming to your normal position. Okay. Then protection from heat and cold. So skin also protects you from heat and cold things. So if the thing is hot, you don't go and touch it. Okay. So it previously only you can feel by touching, अरे ये hot है, इसको हाथ में लगाना चाहिए. Or you by seeing also you can see that अरे it is hot, so we cannot touch that thing. The functions as the sensory organ of touch. So it is a sensory organ. So this skin is important for our body. What is the importance of the skin? What is the important function of the skin? That it protects the internal organs. Second thing, it synthesizes vitamin D. It helps to preserve moisture in the body. Fourth, it regulates the temperature by releasing the sweat from our body. And the function of the skin is as a sensory organ of touch. Okay. Then structure of skin. So this is the structure of skin. The human skin is made up of two main layers, that is dermis and epidermis. Okay. The skin is divided, or the skin is made up of two main layers. First layer is epidermis and second layer is dermis. So what is epidermis? Epidermis means the outermost covering is called as epidermis. जो ऊपर से दिखता है, that is called as epidermis. And the layer which is below the skin, that is called as dermis. Okay. Below dermis there are network of blood vessels and nerve fibers. So in below dermis, what is present? You can see the different networks of vessels and nerve fibers. The subcutaneous layers under this network maintain the normal body temperature. So below dermis there is a subcutaneous layer which maintains the normal temperature in our body, and the epidermis has the various layers. Okay. So here you can see that the skin is having hair on the body. The outer surface of the skin is called as epidermis, and the lower surface is called as, lower layer of the skin is called as dermis. And what does the subcutaneous or the hypodermis does? It maintains the normal temperature of the body. So this figure is very much important figure, structure of skin. So can be asked for your exam, and you can label the figure. And I have given I have seen that many of the students have done the structure of the skin project very well, and even they have shown the various layers by coloring with different colors, and they have drawn very nicely and given good informations. Okay. The next part of the lesson is sweat glands. Now, as you know that whenever we are going in heat and in summer season, we sweat a lot. बहुत पसीना आता है. Sweat means you're perspiring a lot. So that means that sweat is always coming in summer season. So when we are playing in sun, or we are tired, or we are coming from the hot in the heat direction, that time the skin becomes wet. This is nothing but sweat. Okay. The glands which secrete sweat is called as sweat glands. हमारे जो पसीना आता है, there are some glands which secrete sweat. So they are known as sweat glands. Okay. There are some glands present in our body which secrete sweat, and this sweat is called as sweat glands. After playing in the hot sun or after doing a physical exercise, the temperature of the body rises. Then the sweat is released. हम लोग बहुत whenever we are doing yoga or some physical activities or we are coming from the hot sun and you see that you are sweating a lot, so that time what happens, the temperature of the body is releasing out from with the help of sweat. तो तुम्हारे बॉडी में जो टेम्परेचर हाई हुआ है हीट की वजह से, दैट हीट इज taken released out with the help of sweat. So पसीने से तुम्हारे बॉडी का टेम्परेचर लोअर हो जाता है, because whatever unnecessary temperature is raised in your body, that is released with the help of sweat, and it is brought to the normal temperature, or it helps to reduce the temperature of the body. What does the sweat do? What is the function of the sweat? It reduces the temperature of the body. And what is the normal temperature of the body? Approximately 37 degree. कितना temperature है? Our body temperature is usually 37 degree approximately, degree Celsius approximately. Okay. Then what are melanin? Now we have studied about skin, we have studied about joint, we have studied about bones, we have studied about sweat glands. Now what are melanin? This melanin is a pigment present in the cell of the epidermis. Where they are present? They are present in epidermis, that is they are present in skin. Okay, what do? They synthesize the certain glands in the skin. Now you must have understand what gland, who synthesize the glands in the skin. So melanin synthesis glands in certain glands in the skin. So percentage of the melanin decides the fairness or the darkness of the skin. So we see that some people are very much fair, while some are darker, while some are mixed. Fair and dark color is mixed in some people. So why this color difference is there? So this is due to the melanin pigment present in the skin. Present in the skin. ये जो color आता है हमारे body को गोरा या काला, so that color is due to the melanin pigment. So who is responsible for our color? Melanin pigment is responsible for our color. Okay. So if the percentage of the melanin is more, you will have the fairness or darkness color in the skin. The color of the skin also depends upon the climate. अगर आप गोरे हो और आप धूप में खेल रहे हो, तो it will affect your skin and you may become darker in your skin may darken in color. So if you are fair also, and when you are going in the sun, you are becoming red in color. गोरा कलर जो सन में होता है वो रेड होता है थोड़ा सा. So that change of the color is due to the climate also. So the melanin protects the skin and the inner part of the ultraviolet sun rays. So sun rays में जो ultraviolet sun rays है, they are harmful for us. So what does the melanin pigment do? It gives the color to our body, as well as it protects the skin from the ultraviolet sun rays. Okay. Now here in this picture you can see that the skin changes according to the age. Here the newborn baby, you can see the skin of the newborn baby is very much smooth, and the skin of the old person is shrinking. Okay. Wrinkles you can see on the skin of the older people. हमारे घर में जो दादा दादी है उनकी स्किन में और एक न्यूबॉर्न बेबी के स्किन में डिफरेंस होता है. ओके, यू कैन सी द डिफरेंस इन देम. तो सब जन छोटे बच्चों को हाथ क्यों लगाते हैं? बिकॉज दे टच द स्मॉल किड्स बिकॉज दे आर टू सॉफ्ट, देयर स्किन इज टू सॉफ्ट. ओके, एंड इन द ओल्ड एज when your growth is taking place and you are coming in the stage of the old age, at that time the skin shrinks or it is having wrinkles. Okay, on the older people's skin. So that is the difference between the child skin and the old age skin. Okay, then it is the melanin that determines the color of the hair too. Now you are knowing that melanin is responsible for the fairness and the darkness of the color, but melanin is also responsible for the color of your hair. So if your hair color is jet black hair color, it is due to the pure melanin. अगर आपके बालों का कलर जेट ब्लैक है, that means dark black, so that means in your body you are having pure melanin present in your body. While if it is in brown color, then there must be it must be due to the sulfur present in melanin. Okay, and if the hair are reddish in color, that means iron is present in the melanin. Okay, black color agar hai, so that is due to the pure melanin. And if with melanin sulfur is mixed, then that time the color of the hair is brown in color. And if iron is mixed with the melanin, then which color of hair will you get? You will get reddish color hair. So some important things that you should be healthy. You should keep your skin also healthy. Okay, by eating good type of vegetables, fruits. Okay. Okay. Then importance of the lesson. What we have studied that.
Hello, sorry.